For decades, our planet has been witness of its own damage, the misuse of their natural resources. Why does it happen? Because of us, because we're constantly trying to satisfy human needs. Nevertheless, it never meant to travel till second half of the 20th century. We need to take in mind that since the creation of the United Nations in 1950, the world population has increased in approximately 4 billion people. And it's a decisive factor in the fact that it affects in a bad way the ecological balance of the planet. Due to when we have more population, we need to fulfill more human needs. That inevitably comes in hand with the overexploitation of the natural resources. But if you keep thinking about it, we'll realize human existence isn't an impediment to achieve a sustainable world when we care about what surrounds us. That's what sustainable development was created for. According to the Brundtland Report of 1987, sustainable development is focused on satisfying needs of the present generations without compromise possibilities of the future generations to attend their own necessities. Even though the concept doesn't require a deep analysis to be understood in a first view, the application to the real world does. It's essential to listen about climatic change affects our chances to have a well living in the future, because it's related to the increase of greenhouse gases that causes more drought, flooding, ice melt at the poles, and more. But have you ever stopped to think what are we doing bad as a society? The current practices at the food, clothing, and building industry are damaging the planet. Starting from the fact that still lots of them leave their whole residues in landfills all around the world, and some others just let their wastes flowing in lakes, rivers, and seas, such as fishing and farming industry, what drives the pollution of the water resources and soils. And aren't they one of the biggest problems of the actuality? It's like we're doing everything to limit our basic resources. If there's no water for people, there are not sanitary conditions, and erases the possibility to contract infections and to have more deaths. If flooding constantly affects countries, the life of many people will be in several risks. Indeed, according to a study from the Catholic University of Louvain, since 1950, more than 2 million people in China, Bangladesh, and India have been killed by flooding. There are never enough actions to stop it, and that's why you and I and everyone should act right now. I'm not telling you to go to every country where people are affected to help them, but as a citizen in your daily routine, you can start recycling at least a half of what you used to consider as trash. On the other hand, sustainable development doesn't come without a social change. In its sense, we need to provide a welcoming future to children of today's world. For example, by promoting adoption as an ordinary way to create families. In addition, poverty must be eradicated, ethnic groups must be included, and sexual equality must be guaranteed. So there, the whole population has the opportunity to walk towards the future in an optimistic way, and fight for a common purpose which identifies all of us. We need help from every side of humanity, from scientists to religious leaders, and from business leaders to you. Thus, whoever they are witnesses of the saturation our planet is going through. This is what sustainable development is about. It's about empathy, the union between everyone for caring our home, because there are no business, trips, or existence without a planet to live in. From the moment as individuals execute an effort for sustainable, we should give ourselves kind of a sticker that makes us feel proud of what a change of mind can achieve, beyond the age range, ethnic, social, and economic divergences. Because one's love and consciousness for those who are and who will connect, there won't be governments, hierarchies, or richness over the practices that care for our world. And now, what does it mean sustainable development to you?